Hey, hello everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Coming up on this show, a new police substation is coming to the Northwest Valley. Plus, we sit down with the Metro captain overseeing that area. To discuss this topic and much more is our Ward 4 City Councilwoman. You know who it is, Francis Allen-Palenske. Good to have you back. How are you?
Thank you, Mr. Riggleman. Always a pleasure.
It's good to see you again. We're into the fall now, and yeah, always a good thing. So the temperatures are more cooperative and
more events.
Exactly. You got tons of events. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But you know Ward 4 very well, like the back of your hand. But for those of you out there not exactly sure where Ward 4 is located, well, don't worry. We're going to show you. It's basically the northwest area of the valley, as we alluded to. It's the area with the 4 on it, appropriately enough. Basically west of US 95, north of Lake Mead, roughly. If you live in that area or work in that area, of course, you're in the city limits of the city of Las Vegas. And if you are a resident out there, you are represented on the city council by Francis Allen-Palenske. So, well, Councilwoman, up first is a city leader who manages a variety of critical services from engineering projects to wastewater management. We welcome a familiar face to the show. She's the director of our Public Works Department for the City of Las Vegas, Joey Paskey. Joey, welcome back.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's good to have you on again. So, well, Councilwoman, this time we're going to have Joey and you talk about this police substation that's coming to the Northwest. A nice addition out there.
We are very proud to be bringing more police presence to the Northwest. I know when I campaigned for office, public safety was the #1 thing I heard from the voters, that was their priority. So really fortunate and proud that we were able to get the substation going. And you think you have this great idea, we're going to increase the substation, but the elected official doesn't do that, especially unilaterally. There's these great brains at City Hall that make these projects come to life. So I wanted to highlight Joey.
That's why you're here, Joey, the great brain, for sure. So, Joey, talk a little bit about how did the project, what was the partnership between the city and Metro to make the substation come together?
So there was a lot of collaboration to make this come together in terms of design and also funding. So it's a $27.2 million project.
So this is not a little project.
Not a little project, no. And it's a very unique site and a lot of different amenities on there, but it's split between Metro, the city, and also a $1 million donation from Green Valley Grocery.
Wow. So all coming together. And Joey, now for a substation, it's not like just designing any old building, right? There's a lot of consideration that goes into things in a substation that you probably wouldn't have just in your average building, right?
That's true. We do not have armories in our average building. So yes, this is definitely different. So it's a 13,000 square foot facility. And it's going to be a place where the lieutenants and sergeants can report to in the Northwest area without having to go back to one of the other substations. It's going to have things like, locker rooms, office space, like I said, the armory. But it's also going to be welcoming. It's going to have a lobby area, an intake for citizens to be able to go there, a separate citizens parking area, separate from the secure parking area where the patrol cars will be kept.
Wow, a lot of work. For your team, this had been kind of a fun project, but a challenging project to put all this together, I would think.
Yes, but I have a fantastic team that loves the challenge, so.
Well, good deal.
It's good stuff.
Well, Councilwoman, explain to the viewers why another substation, because there's already Northwest Area Command already has a location. Why another location out there?
Probably very familiar to the folks in the Northwest. On Cheyenne, a little bit before the 215 is that Northwest Area Command. A lot of town halls and whatnot take place there.
Yeah, so for sure.
That covers an area Paskey Canyon. It has one of the largest geographic areas.
It's huge.
And if they start at headquarters and they get a call and it takes 30 minutes to get there, maybe 40 minutes with traffic, that's not a real prompt response.
Right.
So having that substation probably, what is it? I would say 8 or 10 miles away north will really help with access. And as the city grows further north, the demand is necessary.
And that area is, as you well know, I mean, it's no secret to either of you, but that area is just growing. So the infrastructure out there keeping up with everything, it just makes sense that
the presence up north.
Facility. Yeah. When do we anticipate that the facility will open?
So we've contracted this with an alternative delivery schedule, which is called a design build, which means you have a single source for both the design and construction phases of this. And you do that for a couple different reasons. One is because it's cost effective. But it's also very efficient in terms of time. So the design team's going to get started here really soon. We're hoping that they will be done end of Q2 of next year, and then construction will begin about a 14-month construction to be done at the end of 2026.
Okay, wow, it's coming together pretty quickly.
Yes.
How many officers do we anticipate will be housed in and out of there? I'm not sure.
A normal substation is around 150. This hub and spoke model that the Sheriff McMahill is moving towards, so these smaller substations so he can build more and have a larger presence in the city, about 50.
Wow. Okay.
So about a third of the size, supposed to be efficient, small, and really to have access to go to the farther reaching areas in the valley.
Okay, well, real good. And then, Joey, as far as the design build, talk a little bit about that. We've employed that process in the past and had good success with it, right?
Correct. And actually our project, our Civic Plaza project right across the street from here is
Same
design build. So we
Also
use it
very
for a lot of our building projects, just to have a little bit more control over things and to be able to work more collaboratively with the design builder.
Right.
Also allows you sometimes to start building as they're still designing.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Because normally you'll have an architect will design the project, engineers will approve the plan, and then it'll get passed to a construction company to build it. And so there's kind of passing it on to the next phase, different in this process. So good.
And that public park will also be on the periphery, correct?
Oh,
Correct.
talk about
So
that, yeah.
one of the most unique parts of this entire project is actually the 2-acre city park that is adjacent to the substation and also the Green Valley Grocery there on the corners. So it'll be a small park, but it will have pavilion area, a skate park, picnic areas, and something that we're trying to incorporate into our parks are really unique exercise opportunities. So it will have a perimeter track all the way around.
Nice.
And a large functional turf area, not quite big enough for soccer fields, but big enough for other kinds of recreation.
Wow, very nice. And you'll feel safe in that park because you'll be right next to the police substation. You'll never have to worry about anything there, for sure. And Councilwoman, you have kind of a similar model with one of our fire stations out in, well, it's actually in Ward 6, as I think, on it.
The new one?
But basically kind of the same process. We have the fire station and a park around it. And yeah, it's just a nice matchup of how you can kind of pair the public facilities like that.
Well, I think 48 actually has a park adjacent to it. So you're right, off Fort Apache.
Yeah, so that's pretty nice. So yeah, it's good stuff. So we've done this before and it's worked out pretty well. So Joy, we're about out of time with you, but is there anything else you'd like to add about the process, about the substation itself? I think it's always great when we can collaborate so well with one of the other entities. Sometimes that can complicate things, but it doesn't sound like that's happened this time at all.
No, it's been a great partnership, both in trying to work out the design, also the funding model, and we're really excited to get it started.
Yeah, sounds really good. And
Metro's great to work with.
and again, yeah, all the way around. And then, Joy, again, what time or when are we anticipating that the project will be done?
We're hoping to break ground about a year from now, and would love to be done with this at the end of 2026.
Okay, we'll be here before we
Last
know.
quarter, 26.
So, Councilwoman, I know this has got you all smiles as well. So.
You know, you get elected, you want to do all the work, and you want great outcomes, and this is just one of those, great outcomes. Yeah.
And sometimes, Councilman Creer always talks about sometimes government moves at government lightning speed, and we're trying to get things done.
We are the tortoise, not the hare.
But you know what? Here we are. We're making some progress. So again,
getting it done.
Into 26. And one more time, that area where the park and the substation will be. Well, Joy Paskey, thank you so much for being with us. Councilwoman, I have you stick around. We have another guest. In fact, this person also is going to be intimately involved with the substation out there. Substation. We need to take another quick break, but coming up, we sit down with the police captain who's going to oversee the new substation in the surrounding community. It's right after this.
So high right now.
I know, but dinner at your mom's house like 5 minutes ago.
We have to drive?
I drive better when I'm high.
You don't. And you getting you killed driving high is a bigger buzzkill than your mom's new boyfriend.
If you won't listen to anyone else, at least listen to you. If you're high, don't drive. Paid for by the Nevada Departments of Public Safety and Transportation.
I'm okay to drive the remote though, right?
Welcome back, everyone. Public safety is a top priority for the Las Vegas City Council. It's a topic we've discussed many times on this show, and the conversation continues today. We're joined once again by Councilwoman Francis Allen-Palenske. We also welcome a community servant committed to public safety. He's the captain of the Northwest Area Command. It's Captain Noe Esparza. Captain, thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure to have you on the program. Councilwoman, I know this is a wonderful partnership. You're very thrilled that he has taken the reins out there.
He's 6 months new, and he's hitting the ground and running hard.
So 6 months into the job, Captain, and I already understand that the crime stats in the area out there are trending in the right direction, going down. That's good. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Well, first, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here and represent the Northwest Area Command. Very excited about the work that's happening in our community and very excited where we're going in the future.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, we are working on the people's behalf, and we've had some successes as it pertains to our crime statistics. Specifically, our ag assaults are down by 16%.
Wow.
Aggravated assaults are the most heinous, the most dangerous crimes that a victim can be victimized with. Those are your shootings, your stabbings, and just your substantially bodily harm injuries that result as a result of these type of crimes.
Captain, what are you doing to influence that? I mean, that's a huge reduction. What's been the process to make that happen?
So we've really leveraged our community. As a police agency, we understand that we can't arrest our way out. So we've created alliances, we've created coalitions. As a matter of fact, our sheriff challenged us earlier in the year with our Safe Village initiatives. Okay. Northwest Area Command has a fantastic Safe Village initiative in play, where we go out and we meet with our community members, where we foster those relationships, where we have that open transparency and communication, where the citizens feel comfortable reaching out to us when they see something that's not normal, when they see something suspicious. And that's important to have. Because, as I mentioned, we can't solve everything without the public's help.
Right.
And those alliances and coalitions that we have make our community safer, and we've had some success with that at Northwest Area Command.
Now, Councilwoman Toon, we've also heard the sheriff, Captain, talk about how he wants to introduce humanity, more humanity into everything that the police department does. And I think to your point, Captain Esparza, it just creates that bond between the community and the police department then.
Absolutely, and I think it sends the message to our community members that we care, that its police department is there to serve them, right? And with that being said, as an example, our motor theft vehicles was a challenge at Northwest Area Command. Last year at this time, we had a 90% increase in stolen motor vehicles.
Wow.
Currently, we have a 20% reduction of stolen motor vehicle thefts. And that's been something that we've worked on as a team, as officers, as front office personnel. It's an all employee per se approach at Northwest Area Command. With that being said, our culture has changed as well at Northwest Area Command with our folks. What do I mean by that? When someone is a victim of a stolen motor vehicle, it's just not a property crime. It's a quality of life issue.
Sure. Can't get to work, can't pick up the kids.
And that's exactly it. And our folks, our community members, suffer as a result. So changing that culture at our Northwest Area Command has been instrumental in that reduction. Also, leveraging our technology, fostering communication, innovation, and technology has been huge for us. We have several LPR cameras which detect stolen motor vehicle plates as a result.
So you're not going to get very far.
We're not. And my officers have a great understanding and approach that when we get those alerts, it's an all hands on deck type of task where we have to hold these deviant actors accountable for this type of behavior. And as a result, we've had great success.
That's terrific.
Also, our partnerships with our Viper unit, which is just a fantastic unit that is dedicated to these type of thefts as it pertains to vehicles. They've been instrumental. They've been a great ally and partner for us. And we've really targeted these prolific offenders as it pertains to stolen motor vehicles. And I think that's made a big impact with us reducing that crime. And lastly, our community involvement, engagement once again. We've partnered with businesses. I myself, my leadership team, have been out to these businesses that have had some challenges with this type of theft. We've made some environmental recommendations, and to their credit, they've all been on board. And that's made a drastic change
that's great.
in how we've been able to reduce our motor vehicle theft crimes.
Wow, those are all great, great statistics and great to hear, because as people live in the community, the last thing you want to hear about is, being, or someone being a victim of a crime.
And if you remember about a year ago, those TikTok videos about how to steal a car went prolific. I mean, they were viral, so it seemed like it was going in the wrong direction and unstoppable. But
certain brands, especially certain brands of cars, were really relatively easy to steal.
Correct.
And unfortunately, people were imitating what was in the videos, and cars were getting taken. So, and to your point, Captain, it's not just somebody's stolen car. It's like, now I've got no transportation. I can't.
Kids missing school. Or
all the above. Yeah. So. Well, let's switch gears and talk a little bit about the substation out there. I know this is one of the main topics, and again, I think in your priority of making sure that the community is safe, this is going to give Metro and Captain Esparza and his team a much-needed tool out there.
That is exciting. We're looking forward to the opportunity, and I'd like to take a moment to thank Councilwoman Allen-Palenske for having this initiative, having this drive of bringing the substation to our Northwest Area Command, which is needed. As it was mentioned previously in your previous segment, we have one of the biggest area commands under Metro's jurisdiction, approximately 110 square miles.
I was going to ask you that.
What's the number? I know the number
big.
was
That's a big number. Yeah.
To put it in context, the city of Henderson is 107.7 square miles. So we have a big area, and by bringing this substation to this area, it's going to bring more efficiency. It's going to bring more timely response for our citizens. It's going to provide better services and not so far away from where our citizens reside, where they can come in perhaps and file a report, where they can perhaps come in and provide a tip, or they can come in and have their car seats for their children checked
I did that
so forth.
in the day.
It's just going to be a game changer for the Northwest Area Command to be able to be efficient and provide that timely service that our community rightfully deserves.
That's great. Captain, how many officers are under your command out there at Northwest area?
Currently, I have approximately 130 officers.
30, and about 50. I think we were saying earlier about 50 will be in the substation then. Or,
yeah, that number I don't have to be exact.
I still have about a year and a half.
Yeah, we got to. It's going to be 26 before we're in there. Exactly.
So that's still in the planning stages, but rest assured that whatever number we have, we will provide the absolute best service that our community rightfully deserves.
Well, and I think to Councilwoman's point earlier, it's going to be, officers will be able to get places faster. 110 square miles. I knew it was big out there, Councilwoman. I had no idea how big the area.
Big.
Yeah, exactly. And it's still growing too. Your area and Councilwoman Bruni's ward still growing very
more
much.
Units approved, more housing coming. It's a dramatic need.
Captain, what else? What else do you have in vision for the Northwest area, and maybe what you can do to make an impact on keeping the community safe? Sounds like you got a lot of things that already work, and that you got a good plan in place.
Well, there is something we're currently working on that I'm very passionate about, and it's our youth. Northwest Area Command also has a big youth population. As an example, I have 6 high schools under my jurisdiction. I have 13 middle schools and 36 elementary schools approximately. With that being said, currently, not just here locally in Clark County, but nationwide, there's been a trend of juvenile delinquencies and crimes being committed. And that is something that concerns me a lot. With that being said, we've been working in partnership with our OCE unit, which is our Office of Community Engagement. And we're in the process of creating a fantastic diversionary program for youth, which is called ACE, Anti-Violence Community Engagement. With that, in a quick synopsis, will be a program where we'll be able to offer hope. We'll be able to offer resources. We'll be able to offer a pathway, a different pathway for these young citizens that reside in our great community. And it's of some importance because these youth are our future leaders of our city. And we want to set them up for success. And within this program, there's going to be community collaboration, community stakeholders coming together and helping side by side with its police department. And this program is modeled to what Boston similarly uses, and the city of Denver as well. And it's a work in progress. They're working, and we're working diligently to see this program come to fruition, and we're just excited about it.
Wow, that's great. That's you know, Councilwoman, you and I've talked about this in the past. One of the things that Metro has done is that community-oriented policing, where they engage with the community, really pays dividends down the road.
This is really the next step with the kids.
Exactly.
And he hasn't mentioned it yet, but Captain Esparza's local boy himself. So.
Oh, are you from Las Vegas yourself?
Sure am.
Good for you. So.
Rancho Ram.
Rancho Ram, very good. And so good. You know the community because you've lived here your whole life.
Yes.
So that's good. That's good. Well, we're glad you stuck around and decided to get on with Metro. And best of luck to you. You're already off and running. What a great track record already. Can't wait to see what the next 6 months looks like.
And we'll have to have
you
you
do
back.
this in 6 months, man. What's the next couple years going to be? It'll be terrific out there. So, well, Councilwoman, again, I want you to stick around. Captain, thank you so much. Noah Esparza, thank you so much. Best of luck to you out there with the new substation and everything that you're doing to make the Northwest safe. So, and folks out there, we need to take another short break. But next, a look at some upcoming events in Ward 4 is right after this.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kitchen now.
Welcome back to Access City Council. We're visiting with Councilwoman Francis Allen-Palenske from Ward 4. And Councilwoman, a little bird told me that you just recently celebrated a birthday.
How do you know everything? Mr. Riggleman, it's astounding, the things you know.
Well, happy birthday, September 25. And wanted to ask you, is this your 22nd birthday or 23rd?
23 again.
Okay, yeah, me too. Many times. So, well, happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
And wishing you many more. So, September 25th. Good birthday, 3 months before Christmas exactly. Easy to remember.
Seems like September is the month of birthdays.
It is.
Especially in your
exactly.
in charge.
Exactly. I have many employees that are on my team that had birthdays in September. So you want to work for me, you got to be born in September. That's the deal.
Right.
So, Councilwoman, important discussion coming up. We want to tell everybody about on September 30th from 1 to 2 here at City Hall, our Now Cafe on the second floor. Discussion about light reduction and the whole LDS Temple discussion. One of the commitments you made was that we would make sure that the skies in that area, which are already dark at night,
than most places in the valley, sure,
are going to stay that way. So talk a little bit about that. And that meeting is to discuss that with the public a little bit.
Correct. Like you mentioned in the hearing, it was very evident that the neighbors really were concerned about reducing light pollution. And there are many ways, and the city's been quite innovative early on to ensure that street lights and whatnot don't have a lot of spillover and that light is directed down. And this is just the next step in that progress. Of course, we ask for RSVP, so if you're interested in coming, please RSVP to us because we need to know how many chairs and whatnot. And so far, we've had a pretty overwhelming interest. We were going to have it in a small training room, but we've had to move it to the Now Cafe to accommodate the interest. So it's going to be a healthy discussion.
And Councilwoman, this would be an ordinance change that we would set up. So this is an opportunity for the public to hear the specifics
and
about
help shape that.
And to shape it and to ask questions. Exactly right. Exactly right.
We're going to have planners there, legal there. Any questions you got, come on in. The process is very open and transparent, and we'd like to include you. Yeah,
very good. So again, everybody, that'll be September 30th from 1 to 2 here at City Hall. And if you're interested, please RSVP. Please do that so that we can make sure that we have enough chairs for everyone to sit in. And then, Councilwoman, we want to tell everybody too, Police Memorial Park, so mainstay out in your ward, closed until May of next year because of renovation, big renovation out there.
Yes, we have to tip our hat to Stavros Anthony, the councilperson before me, now our lieutenant governor. He put the funds aside to do a very major overhaul of Police Memorial Park. It's going to be beautiful. We're adding a canine statue area for lost, fallen police dogs that we've lost in the past. Extension of pickleball courts, larger parking lots, some turf reduction, that's good. Of course, there's always growing pains. I know the folks in the area, I heard from them, they didn't want to lose access, of course, for 6 or 9 months to the dog park, but the dog park's going to expand. Please excuse us for the temporary growing pains, but come next spring, it's going to be
it's going to be great.
Fabulous.
And it's an older park. I've been in the city for a while, and that park's been there a while. So it's just time. It's time to spruce it up and get it up to 2024 and 2025 standards. Exactly right. So kudos on that. So May 2025, everybody, it'll be a whole new look at Police Memorial Park out there on West Cheyenne.
Yeah, we're putting a lot of pressure on Public Works, poor Joey, to get that done before Memorial Day so that we can do our flag planting and whatnot.
That's right. That's the idea, is before Memorial Day next year. And then also want to mention, Councilwoman, this is a big kudos to you. The Nevada State Veterans Memorial is moving to Thunderbird Park from the downtown area to Thunderbird Family Sports Complex. From the Grant Sawyer building. That's at 6105 North Durango. And this is really great because that state site, the land was being sold, and so the memorial had to move, and they decided to take it to Ward 4.
We are grateful for the state. They've been great partners thus far. So wonderful to be the next stewards of the 18 art installation. Every war is represented since the Revolution to the global war on terror. So it is a magnificent installation, and now it will be even more high profile, available to view at night with some beautiful uplighting, and you'll be able to see it clearly from Durango.
That's terrific. The 6105 North Durango is where it will be located.
It's dirt right now, as you can see, and then we're going to add a very large pad for Memorial Day and Veterans Day services. So probably, again, we're looking at 2026.
Okay.
No pressure, Joey.
Yeah. She has a few things going on.
Yeah, right.
Well, Councilwoman, we're about out of time here. I want to tell everybody out there, hey, we always want to hear from you. So if there's something you'd like to share with Councilwoman Francis Allen-Palenske, you can call her on the phone, 702-229-2524, or send her an email. Her address is fpalenske@lasvegasnevada.gov. You can also visit the Ward 4 website or subscribe to the Councilwoman's newsletter. Use that QR code, which I want to tell you more about in a minute. Great to have you on the program. Always a pleasure. I'll have you back in 6 weeks. We're going to be well into the holiday time when I see you again. So, enjoy.
Oh, thank you. The mom guilt is already flushed.
I know. So much to do. Exactly. And again, happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
And for everyone out there, please don't miss our next show beginning on October 10th with Ward 5 City Councilman Cedric Creer. You can catch all of our KCLV shows on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire. Also, watch for our QR code after this show to subscribe to that newsletter I was talking about. And don't forget, you can watch us live on the internet at kclv.tv. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time around.